Welcome back, everybody, to Real Talk About Feminism. We've got a great new episode for you. We hope that your day is going well, and hopefully hearing our voices contributes to your day going well. If you guys hear any creaking or wind in the background, we live on the 18th floor and of a high-rise downtown.
The way you said that.
And we're currently experiencing a windstorm of like 50 to 75 mile per hour gusts.
Literally, we got a news alert that was saying hurricane, like similar to hurricane force winds.
Yeah. So the building is swaying a bit and it's creaking a lot, so we're scared.
It's
So
really scary.
yeah, if the building like falls through or collapses in the middle of recording, we'll keep going, but like
we might just have to pause momentarily, but
yeah,
we'll be back.
yeah. But yeah.
Well, we wanted to start this episode off with just a little like social media talk.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? Because we both have a couple things we want to talk about like with social media.
I'll go first because mine's like quick.
Okay.
This week I deleted TikTok. And okay, mind you, I say deleted. I can't fully delete it because like we're running the podcast.
Right.
So what I did was removed I did it for TikTok and Facebook. But I removed both of those from my home screen and I put a 10-minute time limit on it so that I can get on and have enough time to like post, cuz I do all the posting for us. So I have enough time to get on and post like once a day and like do stories, whatever. But after that, like I don't have any time at all and like it locks me out completely.
It's just business.
Yeah. So it is for the business. And I did this because after this week, like there was a lot going on with like all of the bills against like trans rights and like all of the drag queen stuff, and after the Nashville shooting, which by the way, our hearts go out to like all of the victims and like anyone involved, and even anyone who's like triggered, because there's so many people that are triggered by mass shootings because there's so many people that have experienced them.
Yeah.
So our heart goes out to you. Yeah, it was just like too overwhelming, and I have like really high anxiety anyways, and so I literally was just like, I can't. Like, it's too much. So, and TikTok, like, it just bombards you.
It does. It feels the worst on TikTok.
Yeah. So I was like, I just can't. And honestly, like, I have scrolled like a little on Facebook, and then the 10-minute goes up, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But and also for work I need Facebook, you know. But I've like scrolled a little bit, but on TikTok, like I literally have just gotten on to post for Real Talk, and that's it. Because like I just have no interest in it right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you guys have listened for a while, like a long time ago, I deleted TikTok for like 8 months.
Yeah.
That was before we were like really posting a lot of TikToks. But yeah, like I did, and it felt good. So I'm just over it. It's too much.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I like rarely sit down and scroll on TikTok anymore. I'll like check in, or if I post something, or if I want to like watch the videos that people send me.
Yeah.
But I really don't scroll anymore. And I feel like it's better. Like I'm choosing other things to do instead of spend my time that way.
Right.
But yeah.
And yeah, like I also realized like how much time I spent on there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, like I can do other things, you know? Like I can be more mindful. Like I got a coloring book, you know, like my little diamond art thing, you know. Yeah, like there's other things to do, and I feel like I've been able to use like my creative energy more. So for me it's just better.
Yeah, I do like how Apple has those settings that you can put time limits on yourself, because I have that too. And I set mine for 2 hours between like all my social media every day.
Oh,
so once that
good.
goes up, like I'm not perfect, and like I'll go on it like multiple times a day after sometimes, but I'm way more mindful about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me just check this one thing, or sometimes I'm just like, whatever, I don't care.
Well, and then it like if you dismiss it like 3 times, it's like, okay,
what's the point? Yeah, that's a bit much.
But like if you do dismiss, like, because sometimes like we've all been through that phase, you know, where you just keep dismissing it. Then it's like, okay, wait, I've dismissed it 3 times, I need to get off, you know. Like it helps either way.
It does. And if you are gonna go in it, regardless of if you have anything to do,
Mhm.
it makes you think twice.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
I think that's good. That was, like, my little social media thing. Ken's kind of
Well,
has, like, a different.
mine is quick too, but I just wanted to put a reminder that social media is not real at all because I recently posted something and my caption was like life's been fun lately. And it has, and like in my pictures it looks like I'm like always doing stuff and like
Mhm,
I don't know, just like a ton of new experiences and like I have no problems, but like that's not the case. Like I've been having a really really hard time lately
mhm.
with a lot of things going on. So like I just wanted to remind people it's not real.
Yeah.
Like nothing is real. There's still like those are like really fun times,
Yeah.
but we only post the fun times.
Right.
I'm not going to sit there and post about I'm reminiscing on how my life was a year ago and it's horrible for me. You know, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to put that reminder out there that social media is not real.
Yeah. No, I think that's important. It's a good reminder because, I mean, there's a lot of good things about social media, but sometimes it is just like, okay, this isn't real.
You can get sucked in really easily.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's a good reminder.
We're going to get into our obsessions. Mine is the Sabrina Carpenter concert that we went to last night, and it was
Yay.
so fun. We had the best time. It was so girly.
So girly.
Like her whole theme of the tour is just hearts and pink and red and girly
Mhm.
and like girl power, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was cute. It was just super fun. Like, um, we did so. Last night was like my last night of drinking. Just because I'm scared of my health. So,
And you're doing like dry April.
yeah, me and Tyler were gonna do dry April anyways, and then I like got some like blood results back, and I was like, you know what, I'm they were fine, but I was just like, I don't want to drink anymore. So, last night was my last night of drinking, and it's not like we had 2 drinks,
Right.
but we like got there and we took a shot. Um,
Yeah. Okay, this bartender. So, first off, he gives us the shots in the same cups that he gave us the drinks in.
oh, really?
Yeah.
No, no, no. He threw them. He threw them away. I saw him.
Oh, well, they were
Yeah,
the same size. Like, they
yeah,
were big.
yeah. They
It
were.
took me 3 sips to finish that shot. Like, that's how big they were.
And mine was the smaller one. I gave Ken's the bigger one. And they were green tea shots. If you ever have had one, you know you don't taste
You
it.
really don't
No,
taste
no, no.
it.
I could just straight up taste the Tito's.
Oh, so gross.
Yeah, and like so I got the smaller one, but I still had 2 big gulps.
Mhm.
And you had 3, and
Mhm.
so did our friend. It was just really strong. And then I just got like a White Claw, and Ken's and our friend got margaritas.
Yeah.
And I can't do tequila like at all. Like the smell of it makes me want to throw up. And so I could
Well,
smell it in your guys' cups, and I was like, "Ooh, that is
yeah, like
strong."
we love margaritas. And
Mhm.
so we were like, let's get margaritas and I like it's such a vibe. And then he gave it to us and we were like, oh my gosh, like we literally couldn't finish them almost.
Mhm.
And then we ended up just like chugging them. So like
Yeah.
we only had a couple drinks and they were pretty strong.
And we were all tipsy.
Yeah,
Like
for
they
like
were
the
really
whole
strong.
concert.
Right. So, yeah. It was fun though. It was
It was
really
so
fun.
fun
She was
because
cute.
we love her album and like we love her in general. She was so cute and so fun. So that was a really fun time. And
It
we got to
was.
dress up and look cute.
Yeah, we were like super extra with our outfits, so it was fun. Go to our Instagram to see our pictures.
Mhm.
My obsession is actually featured if you're watching right now. Um, so my boyfriend Tyler, this week, he um surprised me. I was like, what's the word? He surprised me. I like went down to go get him like in the lobby a few days ago. And I opened like the elevator open and he was standing outside the elevator with like a huge bouquet of flowers and just smiling. And I literally was so shocked. Like I was not expecting it. But the thing is like, and this there's nothing wrong with like Walmart flowers or like grocery store flowers,
Yeah.
but like I've only ever gotten flowers like that you just get the bouquet.
Yeah.
But he went to a flower shop and handpicked every single flower. And how many roses do you think were in it?
I don't even
Like
know.
30?
Yeah, there's so many.
And then like a bunch of other like smaller flowers. Like if you're not watching, go to YouTube and look because it is so gorgeous. Like I've genuinely just like never received something so beautiful in my life. And I felt like so special and like I
Mhm.
had so many flowers that I have like a huge vase of them and then 2 of these smaller jars. And they're just so pretty and like they just light everything up and it was very sweet. Like I was very surprised.
Yeah, it's really, really
And it
sweet.
was cute because he put it together.
Mhm.
Like he had the vision for it and he like did everything. And I was like, That is so
It's the
precious.
little things.
It is,
And
and
even if he would have, like, just picked up a bouquet, like, it's just
right.
the little things,
Right,
just the
I would
thought.
have still been like, "Oh my gosh, like, this is
Mhm.
so pretty." Like, every time he's gotten me sunflowers, because that's my favorite, like, I love it, you know? But this was just so, like, hand designed and special, and also, he always gets me sunflowers because it's my fave, but, he said he was gonna get sunflowers again, but he's like, "No, I wanna do something different with, like, your favorite color."
Yeah,
And so I just thought it was cute.
that's so cute, and you
Yeah.
didn't even ask, like, he just
Uh-uh.
buys you flowers.
Yeah,
That's so cute.
I know, he's so
Some of us
sweet.
have never had that.
I'm so sorry. I mean, I never have either until him,
Right,
you know?
right.
So, but
But it
yeah.
really is the little things, and, like, you
Yeah.
don't wanna ask for it, so I think it's really, really sweet.
Right. No, it is sweet. And honestly, like, it was like National Flower Day or whatever, like last week. And I kind of like gave him a hard time about it. But like at the same time, it's like if you see it on TikTok and you know they're just getting you flowers because they saw it on TikTok. Like him getting me flowers now was like so much more genuine than it would have
Yeah,
been like on National Flower Day. Because like
yeah.
he just did it because he wanted to. And he gave it to me. This is the last thing I'll say. He gave it to me and he was like, I just wanted to get you something that's almost as beautiful as you. And I was like,
Oh,
that's so cute.
that's really sweet.
Yeah, so
Points for him.
boyfriend of the
Major points.
year.
That's really sweet.
Okay, let's get into the feminist highlight and then into our episode.
Alright, so bear with me on the pronunciation, I did look it up, I'm gonna try my best. Today's is Chief Teresa Kachin Damoto, and she's an Angoni leader from Malawi. She's known for her fierce leadership in annulling over 1,500 child marriages
Wow.
and sending girls back to school in Desda district, which is in the central region of Malawi. Malawi has one of the world's highest rates of child marriage, and half of the girls there get married before the age of 18. And also, teen pregnancies contribute to 20 to 30% of maternal deaths in the country.
Oh, teen pregnancies?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
it's
sad.
really sad. And in Malawi, only 45% of the girls remain in school past 8th grade.
Oh, man.
So, when asked about why she's so passionate about the issue, what inspires her to keep working on it, she said, "When girls are educated, everything is possible."
Mm,
And on International Women's Day, March 8th of 2017, Chief Kachin Damoto received a Leadership in Public Life Award at the 16th Annual Vital Voices Global Partnership Award ceremony, which was in DC.
wow. Okay, one of the reasons why I love doing the podcast is I feel like we just get so much. We've talked about this, like we learn so much, but I feel like we just get so much of a global perspective. And
Hmm.
like when you hear issues, not that our problems are insignificant, but when you hear issues like child marriage and like how these girls aren't being able to go to school past 8th grade, it's like, wow, like there are really people that are struggling out there, you know? And
Yeah.
like,
And don't have choices.
right. So, yeah, I think that's amazing work that she's doing. And I'm glad that she got recognized in DC.
Yeah.
And that was this month that she got recognized.
In 2017.
Oh,
Yeah.
2017. Okay. Well, thank you, our feminist highlight queenie. Always coming through. So we talked about this in one of last month's episodes. Um, how we wanted to like talk about outdated laws against women. So let me preface by saying I spent a lot of time researching this and trying to follow up with like legal documents to make sure that these are accurate because I don't want to
Mhm.
just say like laws that just haven't existed for like 50 years, you know?
Right.
So I did the best I could. If I am wrong on anything, you guys can feel free to tell me and we can correct it on the story, but like I think everything's right.
Okay.
I like spent a long time fact checking. Um but you know, we've got a lot of haters lately, so I don't want someone to come at me.
Yeah, seriously, I'm so over it.
Yeah, same. So okay. This it was actually like really interesting to research because it's just crazy. And even if like these laws don't exist today, I'll clarify if there's like specific ones that don't exist still, but even if like I am wrong and like maybe it was overturned like 5 years ago or something, like they existed recently, you know?
Right, I
So,
was gonna ask that, like, if they're all still legal or if they have been, what's that word? I don't know, removed
mhm.
from the law.
All of them should be still a thing.
Okay.
All right. So the first law, kind of ironic. So women cannot show too much cleavage in Cleveland. cleave. So it prohibits women from showing cleavage with a quote less than fully opaque covering. So
Hmm,
you have to have it like a solid shirt,
hmm, mhm.
and you can't have too much cleavage. And again, a lot of these laws are just ones that still exist. It's not like they actually enforce this,
Right, right.
but
Like,
it's
we've heard of so many laws, not
mhm.
just, like, about women,
Yeah.
but that are still technically legal.
Yeah, because like everyone just forgets about them.
Right. And they're not
So,
enforced, but it's crazy that at one point that was
yeah, it was
enforced.
enforced. Yeah. So,
I would never survive there.
yeah, definitely not. I don't think really anyone would. We're going to take a quick break to talk about our sponsor, BetterHelp.
It's 2023 and it's time to really prioritize our mental health this year. No matter where you are in life, everyone can benefit from therapy. Whether you need to work through trauma or just need a safe person to talk to, BetterHelp is here for you.
BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy service. Get matched with a professional licensed therapist in your state who you can trust.
BetterHelp has options to communicate with your therapist via chat, email, or video, and you can message them at any time to get help.
BetterHelp is giving our listeners 10% off if you sign up using the link in our show notes.
If you're struggling with depression, anxiety, relationships, trauma, grief, or just need someone to talk to, try BetterHelp today by clicking the link in our show notes or go to betterhelp.com/RTAFpod to get 10% off today.
Um, okay, this is actually like a really maddening one. In North Carolina, a woman cannot withdraw consent and call subsequent actions rape. So it says because of a 1979 state Supreme Court ruling that has never been overturned, continuing to have sex with someone who consented then backed out isn't considered to be rape.
So,
So like it
for example, like you say like yes, I want to, and then
5 minutes
yeah,
later,
no, I don't want to. Stop. And then
he keeps going.
but that's not rape.
It's not rape.
That's horrible.
Yeah, and that's like still a thing.
And I really hope I was just gonna say I really hope it's
Yeah,
not. But
no.
do you think they actually enforce that?
No.
Okay.
But it's still written in law.
Yeah.
And obviously like it went to the state Supreme Court in 1979, so like they did enforce it. Cuz you know how like legally like okay, especially with like sexual crimes, like very rarely do like rapists and people who sexually assault other people actually get held accountable for their actions because it's
Mhm.
so hard to prove.
Mhm.
And so like that makes it so easy for rapists to get away with those things. And you know that in court, like they call out the nitty gritty. So like a lawyer could be like, well, she
Mhm.
consented originally, so he's fine,
Mhm.
and he would get
Which
off.
is so messed up. Yeah.
Yeah. Or he consented originally and she's, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that one is crazy.
Is that a national law or a state law somewhere? I missed that.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, another one. Women cannot, and this is still accurate. Women cannot wear sleeveless tops or dresses to Congress. So you have to cover your shoulders. Or I think you can have like a wider like tank top, but honestly no, I don't think you
I don't think
can.
I've ever seen a picture or
Mm-mm.
anything where a woman is not wearing sleeves.
Yeah, cuz like even this, like it's kind of like cap sleeve. Like I think they could wear this.
And I don't really think that's a big deal, I guess. I don't really know. Like it feels like it should be on an even more professional level for Congress.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I'm like, in the workplace, I don't care.
Yeah, in the workplace. Yeah. But for Congress I do get it. It's like okay, I understand that.
But also, it's only against women. And that feels very much like how we grew up.
Uh-huh.
So I have conflicting opinions on that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because it's like in Congress, like guys are gonna just wear a button-up shirt, so like they're covered anyways.
Right.
But I don't know, like I'm sure in Congress they probably have like very similar to like the rules we grew up with the church. Like boys, it's literally just be well groomed, and then girls, it's like blah blah blah, all this stuff you have to
Two
follow.
whole pages.
Yeah. So yeah, that one,
Interesting,
yeah,
though.
that was interesting. Okay, this one is crazy. Um, and okay, so in a California town, a woman must have a permit to wear shoes with heels that are over 2 inches high and less than 1 square inch thick. So the town is called Carmel by Sea. Very weird town name.
Yeah.
And you can obtain a permit online, and I found the permit. Like, it's actually a thing. It's, like, on their website.
Wait,
So,
so that's still a thing?
yeah, like, they enforce that.
That's
Not
crazy.
quite sure why, but, yeah, if you wear shoes with heels that are over 2 inches high and less than 1 square inch thick, you have to have a permit.
So you get stopped. "No,
Mhm.
officer, I have my permit."
Right, to wear my heels. Like, what?
That's weird.
I know.
Obviously, like, a very conservative town
Yeah,
in, like, values.
right. Yeah, but, like, weird. It's like, why do
That's so
heels
weird.
matter? Okay. This one has been overturned, but recently. In Michigan, a wife must obtain her husband's permission before she can cut her hair.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah. So, yeah, nothing much to say about that. It's just like, ugh.
Recently overturned?
Yeah,
How recent?
like a year ago, literally.
Do you think they enforce that?
No.
There's no way.
No, no, they
Okay,
don't.
I'm getting tripped up in that, like, enforcement thing.
No, they don't. Like, I mean, that high heel one, yeah, they do. But
Mhm.
it's like, do you really think they're going to say you have to have permission? You know?
Right. Can
No,
you imagine? That's
I
horrible.
know. But like, they used to have to get permission. Okay.
Okay, let me just interject here.
Yeah.
So, when people don't agree that this world is a man's world and it was created by men for men,
Hmm.
that's an example.
Like, yeah, asking permission to get a haircut, having to get a permit to wear high
Like, women
heels.
are just seen as objects.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what it is.
Yeah. And it's all like the men controlling.
Mhm.
Very good point. I'm clipping that. Okay. So in Cleveland, Ohio, we have Cleveland again coming up. Women are strictly forbidden from wearing patent leather shoes, particularly if they are wearing a skirt. And they say because it could unfairly tempt a man, and it's known as the city's quote peep show ordinance. And
Shoes? A pair of
a
shoes?
pair of shoes with, especially if you're wearing a skirt. I'm like, leather shoes are gonna turn a guy on? Huh?
That's so weird.
Yeah, I know. But like it's still a thing. Do they enforce
Well,
it? No, but
but it's only that specific shoe with the
yes,
skirt. That is
yes.
weird.
A patent leather shoe. I
That's
don't even know what that
bizarre. I
means.
don't either.
Okay, in Memphis, Tennessee, a man must be walking in front, waving a red flag if a woman is driving alone.
What?
That isn't that outrageous?
I can't imagine that.
Like what? You just have to like wave
That's
a flag.
insane because women are stereotypically bad drivers.
Yeah. Okay, that's reminding me. I told you this recently, but like I never drive. Tyler always drives. And every time there's like a stupid driver on the road, I'm always like, please don't be a woman. Every single time he's like, this dumb driver we passed and it's a girl. And I'm like,
Oh, you're like, come on,
come
girlies.
on, this is not helping the movement. It's like, and then me not ever driving too is like not helping the movement. But yeah, that's funny.
That's hilarious.
Okay. In Florida, women can be fined $25 for falling asleep under a hair dryer at a salon, which honestly I kind of get.
For time,
Yeah,
maybe.
but like
No, but
also,
it's weird.
why was that a
Just
law?
wake them up.
Right.
Why are we focusing on these petty things? This is so reminiscent of like today
Mhm.
when there's a million issues going on in
Mhm.
this country and the world, and Congress tends to not focus on those.
Right. Like we're gonna be scared of drag queens and not focus on gun control when kids are being murdered.
Literally.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. Honestly, it's
It's
like
ridiculous.
yeah. Okay. In New York City, oh no, no, not city. In New York, wearing clingy or body hugging clothing carries a $25 fine. $25 fine.
Okay.
So if you wear something
How
tight.
can you That's so annoying.
But like
How can
obviously,
you argue that that's not sexist?
I know. And obviously like back when they would actually enforce that, like it would be easier to see if someone's like wearing tight
Mhm.
clothing. because they weren't really allowed to wear that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's just like, it is
And
sexist.
this is all making me think about how little men think of themselves when they're creating these laws,
True.
because they have no self-control, and that's so evident in these laws, which men do have self-control,
Mhm.
but a lot of them just use this as an excuse.
Yeah.
Um, for example, with sexual assault awareness and like the people that make the posters, like what she was wearing,
Mhm.
and it's not about the clothes,
Yeah.
it's about men not having self-control and using that as an excuse.
Yeah.
So this is very reminiscent of that too.
Yeah, I think that's a great point because really it is like all of these things like, oh, it could tempt a
Like
man. Like,
high heels
yeah, it's like, okay, so you really think that you're gonna get so uncontrollably horny from looking at a girl wearing leather shoes?
and a skirt
Yeah.
that you have to make a law about it.
Yeah. Like,
It just makes me so mad because a lot of it is like how we grew up too, with you have to dress to not
mhm.
tempt men.
Yeah.
And that's not okay. I don't agree with that at all. You have
Mm-mm.
self control.
Right. Everyone has self
Everyone has
control.
self control. Women also get horny. There's self control.
Mhm. Yep. No, I totally agree. Um. Okay. In North Carolina, you must be swathed in at least 16 yards of fabric before stepping into public. That's obviously like really
Really
outdated
outdated.
from
Yeah.
like wearing huge dresses and stuff.
That's
Um.
crazy. It was a law though.
Mhm. Okay. This is the last one. Um. So in Virginia, and I'm not surprised this is in Virginia. In Virginia, there's a law saying fornication, so sex before, or is fornication sex before marriage or just sex?
I don't know. Let's look it up. It sounds so like
Like if it just means sex, it's like, whoa,
fornication.
fornication.
Fornication is generally consensual sexual intercourse between two people not married to each other.
Okay. So it's sex before marriage.
Yes.
Okay. So in Virginia, there's a law saying fornication is completely banned unless you're married. So they're using it in the term of just sex.
Okay.
So having sex before you're married is completely banned. Technically, it is still punishable as a misdemeanor, though we're assuming no unmarried couples are formally charged with the crime of, quote, unmarried fornication. So that's what they were saying in the source. Like, probably no one is charged with that because everyone does that.
Hmm.
But yeah, you can be charged as a misdemeanor if you have sex before marriage in
What state
Virginia.
was that? Virginia.
Virginia. I know. I was like, I'm not
That's
surprised it
so
was in Virginia.
intense.
I feel like they're like hardcore, like South.
Yeah. Rah rah.
Yeah, like too much. Because I just remember seeing the Confederate flags when we were there. So
Yeah.
obviously, hashtag not my state. No, we don't support. They can break off and like float into the become their own country.
Literally, we've been there once.
No, yeah, literally on a trip that I don't even remember somehow when we went to DC.
Guys, we went to Washington D.C. when I think I was in 8th grade. I don't remember. It
I feel like
was
you were a freshman
maybe I
because
was a
you had
freshman.
taken AP
You're
Human
right.
Geo,
You're
I
right. I was
think.
a freshman. It was like spring break,
Mhm.
and Haley was sick the whole time,
Mhm.
and literally has no recollection of this trip. Like we'll look through pictures, and she's like, "We never did that." We're like, "Yeah, it's right here,
I remember like the few big moments, like
the White
when you were
House." Or
laughing at. No, I don't.
what?
I don't remember that. I remember when we went to the wax museum. Why that of everything? Wax museum when you laughed at the homeless guy who threatened to kill us.
Okay, that sounds really bad. I couldn't hear. Okay,
Yeah.
and I wasn't blatantly laughing. I
No,
was
no,
just like,
no.
"Oh my gosh, this is
She
crazy."
was nervous. Like
Yeah,
it
it
wasn't
was
like,
like a nervous thing.
yeah, it wasn't malicious or anything. And he actually was like chasing us, like
Yeah, it
threatening to
was
kill
really
us.
scary.
And then I remember running away when there was like
A shooting.
the shooting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really it.
that's crazy because we did so much.
I know, and it's unfortunate because I want to go. Oh,
Like
and I
we did the
remember the
Big
cherry
Fest, and
blossoms.
we did the Washington Monument. We did all the big stuff.
It is honestly like a mystery to me. Like it's
That's
weird
crazy.
because I'm not making it up. You know,
No,
like it's weird. Oh, and I remember throwing up in the sink in the hotel.
I remember
It
that
was
too.
just not a good trip for me. So, but yeah, we're gonna go back.
How
We're
did
gonna
we
make
start
memories.
talking about that?
I don't
I
know.
don't either. We need to get back to what we were
Okay.
talking about.
Anyways, well, that was because like Virginia, we visited Virginia after DC.
Oh, we
Yeah.
did. Why?
Did your finger just hurt?
Yeah, you really hurt me.
Ken just slammed her finger against my acrylic nail and then like tried to keep going and like rub it on her pants. Okay. We went there because mom's best friend still
Oh,
lives in the
yeah.
town.
Okay.
So we were just like
Okay.
visiting, saying hi. But yeah. Anyways, okay, so that's it. All these outdated laws, obviously, like most of them are not enforced now, but it's crazy that they're just still on the books.
Yeah.
And there's so many other laws that aren't just like against women or sexist, but there are a lot that are.
They need a person who will just go through every
Yeah, they need to
single
audit the
law
laws.
and will audit them and has the power to just, with maybe like a couple other people, use common sense and just get rid of them.
Right. Yeah, they need like okay, there's so many interns in DC. Like,
I
come
know.
on. Assign it.
Assign it to somebody.
Yeah, they need to do that and just like get rid of them.
It's crazy.
You know what? I think that's why like lobbying is good. Cuz like you could bring up a law and be like, "Hey, I live in Cleveland and you can still technically get charged if you show cleavage. Like what are we going to do about this?" And then they're going to be like, "Oh, okay, of course." Well, hopefully. Yeah, we'll see. It's a man's world. But anyway, so that's it.
Before we end, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Real Talk About Feminism Pod. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Even if you don't watch on YouTube, just go and hit that subscribe button.
Go support us.
Subscribe to our email newsletter, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye, guys.